699.99. Ooh. 699.99. Woo. 699.99. Woo. 7. What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumbass. Like and subscribe. Maybe I'll do a song with that chant in it because it seems appropriate. Oh boy. I mean, look, they catch an L upon L upon L from Donkey Unicorns and Ponies. They cannot spin this. They tried. I seen some of them being like, oh, how much you gonna pay for a graphics card? But now they're resorting to fighting PC dudes. And then they say, oh, this is all Xbox's fault for not being competition. Oh boy. All right, so everyone knows. If you don't know, I'm gonna tell you right now. You should know, but I'm gonna say it right now. So PlayStation announced the PS5 Pro today. Had Mark Cerny on there with his voice. Look at the graphics and all that good stuff. Yeah, boy. And yeah, the presentation was. You know how when you watch Digital Foundry's presentations and you're like, okay, this is real deep into the nerdy stuff, but there's information here, right? Okay, sure. It was like that, except minus the information and not as informative. It was just like, I know they're trying to find a middle ground between the casuals and us, the hardcore or the semi-hardcore or whatever. The Gen Xers who are just automatically hardcore because we've been through it. We've been since the inception of video games. We've been there, and I'm like, he should not. They need to get somebody else to talk. He can write it, and then go off and put that to the world. I'm Mark Cerny. Padoof poof. That's what he says to get things done over at play. I don't know. Anyway, padoof poof. That's good. Yeah. So. Okay, first off, most people will watch that on their phones. So you're not gonna see what they're talking. Oh, the graphics are more. I can't see on 7 inches. That's pause. And so I watched it on my phone and I was like, I mean, I could see the difference in the frame rate because you have to be blind if you can't, but okay, sure, that's great. Where the new games though? PlayStation still ain't got no. They are presenting brand new hardware for you to buy, but you ain't got no games. So why am I buying this again? To play the old stuff I already played on my old play? That's a compelling argument. Please continue. And then blah, blah. So half of the 9 minutes was him talking about PlayStation 5 regular. This is how great it is. I'm like, really? You're gonna spend 4 minutes and 32 seconds on the PlayStation 5 and then you go like, oh, this is what we did better on the. I'm like, if they would have cut out all that PlayStation 5, it would have been like 4 minute long. 4-minute video, and yeah, it'd have been less if he didn't repeat himself at the end. Once again, here are the 3 poopity boop, the big 3. I'm like, really? They're trying to do like catchy freaking mottos and stuff. It's like, yo, Xbox got it covered. Look. Don't worry about it. We got we got velocity architecture. Yeah. Okay, that's a bad one. Resume play. Is that what it's called? Quick resume. We got quick resume is good. That's a good feature, and it's easy. It's good. That's good. But anyway, that's all marketing. It doesn't matter. The gist of this, and the most important part of this. Not so much that the PlayStation 5 Pro is more powerful than the PlayStation 5, yes, but it's barely more powerful than the Xbox Series X. That's a big problem because this whole generation, the Xbox Series X is undoubtedly more powerful than the PlayStation 5, but the devs favored the PlayStation 5, so they optimized for the PlayStation 5, so we didn't get to see the power of the Xbox because nobody utilized it. Nobody used the power. If you got a super fast car and you're going 35 in it, you're not using it. You know what I'm saying? If you got a tow truck but you ain't hauling nothing, you ain't using it. If you got a helicopter that's not flying, you ain't you. Okay, that's bad. Anyway. I was watching, I think it was a fan, it must have been a Sony centric or a Sony leaning creator on YouTube. I don't know, I didn't look. I just like, oh, let's see what this person's saying. Everything that I've seen, I watched Chaos Lounge, I watched Dirt and Sean do it live. We're doing it live. Everybody started laughing at $700. Everybody laughed. Everybody, not like, ha ha, yay. No, not that laugh. Like, oh my, like, they must be out their damn mind laugh. Like, yo, like, I can't believe they got the balls to charge $700 without a disk drive, without the stand, plus tax. It's probably gonna be $850. And that's America. That's America money. In Europe, pounds in England, forget about it. What's the conversion? He said, who said it? It was they say it was 915 pounds or something like that. The conversion from dollars to I was like, that's what Chaos was like tripping. He was like, yo, the conversion is ridiculous, son. He's like, I can't believe, because usually the prices are lower because the conversion is different for US. And so I was like, remember, I said before, that this generation is going to be different. It's the downfall of Sony. You're seeing the decline. It may be like a slow decline, but I think that decline is starting to accelerate a little bit. You know what I'm saying? First, they launched the worst AAA game in video game history. Look, this is something we cannot understate. I will always say Concord is a failure. Thank you, Sony, for failing. Or I don't know. I figure out something to say. Every episode, every video, I'm gonna remind y'all that Concord was PlayStation. Thank you. And it failed. And so like, oh man, that was like 2 weeks of like, getting beat up by just the internet, right? Like, man. And I think Concord is a verb. I'm not too sure. It's like, yo, you don't want a Concord, right? Actually, it is a verb. It denotes failure, I guess. So, are you a Concord? Sorry. Like you see, you're like a disappointed father talking to his son or daughter. I'm really disappointed in you, Sally. Is this what you want, Sally? Do you want to be a Concord? That's a little harsh. Like, what do you, huh? I don't, is that apple? What is that? Juice? Anyway, so Concord failed. Then a bright spot opened up for a couple of days. Astrobot, Game of the Year. Yeah, right. Game of the Year. Oh my God, it's so great. It's so great. And then this happens today to smack all that delicious Astro flavor in your mouth. So slap, like that. It flew out. It's gone. No, ain't nobody thinking about Astrobot right now. Everybody's thinking about $700, at least $700. And I'm like, yo, I want to watch all these ponies defend this. I want to see what they're going to say, because you can't. Remember when I said Xbox, they playing 29D, 3069D chess, right? They say, yo, let's put out the Series X with some sparkly blips on it. Throw 2 terabytes in it, $599. And then everybody looking at Phil like, what? $599? That's a little high though. Listen, I'm the CEO of this thing right here. I'm the boss for a reason. You all are gonna listen to me. But Philip, I don't know if that's the right price. Because it's a depression, and people ain't got no jobs, and money, and then there's the inflation, but then the salaries. I don't want to hear your sub stories, okay? I am Philip Maximus Aurelius, first name Spencer, and what I say is law. And it's like, okay, boss, you got it. See? Unbeknownst to his crew, he knew what he was doing. He's like, $599. Yeah. Just put it out there. We probably gonna sell like 2 of them, but just put it out there. And Sony took the bait. Sony took the bait, man. They took it so hard. They took it so hard. They went way beyond what they should have done. It should, like, what did I say? I said $649. They could get away with $649 and people will be like, eh. But that extra $50, it's too much. It's too much. They don't get it, man. They don't get it. And maybe that's what it costs. Maybe they're just above cost on that, right? And they don't want to lose any money on these consoles, you know. So they're trying to do the Nintendo basically, right? Which is a business decision. And nobody's gonna buy this. They don't even have games to demonstrate why this is so cool. If they had like Cory Barlog's Cyberpunk, Last of Us Cyberpunk game, whatever, I don't know what it is. Not Last of Us, God of War Cyberpunk. Imagine if they get the same dude, all the actors from God of War, and they put him in the Cyberpunk, and he's just like a street dude or something, and he's just running around, and I don't know, he's a detective or something, and he's got a little son, but it's a broken marriage, so his wife is still alive though, right? And yeah, that'd be funny if they did something like alternate universe where Kratos is just a detective in Cyberpunk world. And he wasn't angry. Well, he would get angry, of course. He'd shoot fools in the face. Anyway, tangent. Wow, $700. They have no games. I said Sony got no games, right? Here's a rumor. I just heard that just today. The state of play that's supposed to be happening in soon, a week or whatever. 0 first-party game. 0 first-party games. All third-party. I'm like, listen, oh my, man, now, and here's the thing. Here's another thing. PS5 Pro. It comes with Astrobot, the one that came with the PS5. No enhancements for this. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Look, you're charging way too much money. You're not showing off why this console is important, why we have to buy this console. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not even buying a PlayStation 5. I'm like, look, when it's at the swap shop for $20, maybe I'll buy it and throw it in the corner, and maybe I'll scoop up a disc. Hey, it works, yay, and then turn it off because trash garbage game. I just watch the games on YouTube because that's all the games are, is movies. That's, I know, that's hyperbolizing, but look, I did not think Sony were stupid enough to mess this up. Now, that's harsh language, sure, but they have to realize that bottom line is the bottom line, yes, and that's kind of all they're thinking about because they're up here charging. $700 for the console, right? PlayStation 5 Pro plus blah 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 8 and change. They just raised all of the controller prices. They just raised them. They just raised all that stuff in Japan. They extra raised them again for everybody. I'm like, yo, Sony is out of control. And like I said before, people are blaming Xbox for not being competitive. So Sony doesn't think that Xbox is competition, so they can do whatever they want. They don't realize that they're not stepping on rakes anymore, okay? They are stepping on landmines because they are destroying they had such a good position. Coming out of PlayStation 4 into PlayStation 5, they had the best position. They are messing it up. Every day that passes by, they are chipping away at their lead. They're themselves. They're like destroying their own vehicle. Oh, I don't know what analogy I want to put it, but it's just I'm watching this. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I know y'all need money, but yo, what is going on for real? For real. I mean, I know they fired Jim Ryan because they put him in this mess, but you would assume that they would be able to correct course in a meaningful way, and that starts by seeming like a more customer-facing, friendly company. And they're like doubling down on being bad Sony. Like, we only care about money, Sony. $700. Who's buying this? They're not gonna sell. Remember last gen, the PS4 Pro? I think it sold 10% of total, whatever, compared to the original PS4, right? 10% of the total, So that's less than 10 million. I don't know what the number is, but let's see if it was 100 and how many million sold? I can't remember now. Anyway, it doesn't matter, math. But it's less than 10 million, 10%. So they're not going to sell 10% of the PS5 Pro. Hell to the, that's $700. Look, they made the mistake with the PS3 to try to sell it at $599. That didn't go over so well. So now they said, let's add $200. Let's add $100. Actually, let's add $150 because, you know, stand and disk drive. How you gonna sell something for $700? It doesn't even have a disk drive. Come on, son. This is the best gift that they could. I don't see how they can course correct it. They can't close this down and take it offline and say we're gonna come back and revisit it. No, they can't do that. I mean, they could change the price. You say, oh, we sorry, we didn't understand math, so here's the new price. They can say something stupid like that, but no, we see what you're doing. We see what you tried to do, you know, and maybe that'll work for some people, but it's like, yo, you're showing your face. No, I don't like you. I mean, that's a weird way of saying it to a corporation, but it's like, it's the gift that keeps on giving. They keep fumbling, stepping on landmines. They graduated, like I said. The rakes wasn't enough. They're like, the rakes don't affect us anymore. So somebody put out some landmines and boosh, boosh, boosh. They getting got. Yeah, PS5 Pro, another failed hardware from Sony. Not because it sucks. Just like Concord. Concord didn't suck. People weren't feeling it. PlayStation 5 Pro doesn't suck. People aren't feeling it for that price. If it was the right price, if it was the same price as the entry PlayStation 5, just like how they did the PlayStation 4 Pro, this wouldn't even be a discussion right now. If it was $499, even if it was $549 to match the current price and then they drop down the other one, the regular, there would be no problems. Everybody be like, yeah, that's what they did last year. No problem. But they added $150 to make up for the Concords, to make up for others. I don't know. And yeah, so this is where we at. We're sitting here with $700 on the horizon, November 7th. This, I'm gonna be out of town when this launches, but yo, it's this. I've never seen, like, remember we said Concord. We've never seen a failure this great. Is Hiroki Totoki a spy for Microsoft or something? He's like, yo, we gonna kill. Yo, hold up. I mean, look, Microsoft is a huge corporation. They got a lot of money. Could Hiroki Totoki be a spy? Could he be a CEO spy? Spy-yo? He's like, yeah, I'm a. You know what? We're gonna spend them out of. Who said that? I think King said that. We're gonna spend them out of business. I mean, King said that referring to Matt Booty's comment, and I forgot exactly how he put it, but it made sense as far as what he was saying. But I mean, regardless, if you look at the big picture, what Microsoft is doing, their approach, what Sony's doing, their approach, it's two different approaches, obviously. Microsoft is like, yo, we got games. We're going to put our games everywhere. They're going to be popular games. Everybody going to play them. We're going to make a lot of money off the games, right? That is an evolution of the old way where you sell a console to sell games, right? So, but now they're like, we are just putting our games everywhere so we can sell games. The bottom line, the end result is to sell games, to make that money, because that's where you make all the most money, right? And so Microsoft realizes that that's what they want to do. Sony is sitting here like, yo, we a hardware company. I mean, Hiroki Totoki said they're trying to change and switch it up to something to be away from just a hardware company. But this is not that's not what this looks like. This looks like hardware double down, $700. Or they're trying to push people away from buying hardware, or they said this is so high end, it's only for the super rich whales, and then the poor people can go buy the regular PlayStation for $550. I don't know what the methodology of their thinking is, but I know that they are being laughed at today. Today is the second coming of the destruction of Sony, of PlayStation, not Sony, of PlayStation. Concord was the first glancing blow. It was a pretty big glance too, like all the knuckles hit, like bleh. It wasn't a solid hit, but it was like bleh. And Concord was like, yep, okay, so you made the worst game ever, cool, and now you made the most expensive console ever that's not really worth it. Just by looking, I mean, I saw people say, even Dreamcast guy was like, it looks a little better. I'm like, that's not what you want to hear from your fan base. It looks a little better, maybe, I don't know, I can't tell. Man, they in so much deep trouble, it's ridiculous. Oh my God. But anyway, I appreciate you hanging out, man. Like and subscribe. Hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think about $700. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. $700. Wow. There's gonna be more videos on this for real. Believe me. But until then, I preach, and I catch you on the next one. Till the weed.